The decision of the courts to deny a stay for Peter Navarro and to order him to begin serving his jail sentence yesterday is totally outrageous. First, the background. Navarro is the key guy in fashioning the economic recovery that we had in the Trump administration. And he's above all the main guy in speaking out against the exploitation of the US by China and urging tariffs and other corrective action to rein in the Chinese injustices. Today's Lunch Alert is sponsored by the Patriot Gold Group. In previous videos, we learned about the great cash out. The four big S&P benchmark stocks, Tesla, Google, Apple, and Microsoft, have lost $1 trillion in market value. I can't believe that the decision to prosecute Navarro, making him the only person to be convicted in connection with the January 6th stuff, and one of the only people ever to be convicted of contempt of Congress and sent to prison, is unrelated to the massive bribes that the Chinese have paid to Biden. Because Navarro was the key opponent of China in all the administration councils. And the books that he's written, including Death by China, are the major works in documenting and articulating the stuff that China's doing to hurt the United States. It constitutes a lot of the background for my book, Corrupt, the inside story of Biden's dark money. But just within the four walls of his conviction, he was convicted of contempt of Congress for not honoring a subpoena by the January 6th committee. Now, the January 6th committee was passed on a totally partisan vote in the House, with no Republicans voting for it. And the committee was appointed entirely by the Democrats, with no Republicans except for Liz Cheney, who's barely a Republican, participating. And unlike the other committees in Congress, it did not have an equal number of Democrats and Republicans. It had like six Democrats and only two Republicans, Liz Cheney and another traitor, another turncoat. Now, the subpoena relates to documents that were subpoenaed by the January 6th committee again of Peter Navarro. Now, Navarro was in constant touch with President Trump and protected by executive privilege. But because of a technicality in how the privilege was asserted, they claimed that he was uncovered. And as a result, they brought these proceedings for contempt. And this is totally outrageous. It's the first time anyone has been sent to jail for not complying with the document subpoena from Congress, much less from a rump kangaroo court kind of committee, which is the one that convicted him and is sentencing him. Navarro will get out in the middle of July, and let's throw a great big party for him, because he's suffering in these 4 months because he stood up for the United States, and his enemies are celebrating because he's in prison today. Thanks for watching. If you want to help Peter, please contribute to his defense fund. Today's Lunch Alert is sponsored by the Patriot Gold Group. In previous videos, we learned about the great cash out. The four big S&P benchmark stocks, Tesla, Google, Apple, and Microsoft, have lost $1 trillion in market value. The markets aren't as complicated as the experts make them out to be. Hedge funds are selling tech stocks, which are among the highest priced in 5 years. Meanwhile, the hedge funds are bullish on gold, and their bets on gold are the highest on record. So hedge funds are selling tech and buying gold. This is sponsored by the Patriot Gold Group. Isn't it time you got on board?
Now, the Patriot Gold Group offers no fee for life IRAs to viewers of these videos, and they've extended that offer and lowered the minimum required to get in. So call the Patriot Gold Group and ask about the no fee for life IRA. Stay well.